messages, and he chose not to respond. Again, why?
Oh. How dare he not respond to Candace? How dare he not respond to me?
She stood to profit from increased attention and viewership to her platform at Harpole's expense.
That has happened, though, Candace. That's the thing. That has happened. The fact that you try to feign like, oh, how dare you, clutching your pearls. But, man, that's exactly what, and we know that because that's what you're doing right now.
And this is like the perfect response. Silence. Don't give the narcissist what they want.
Grace and peace, everybody. We are back. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. Let's get at it. Let's get active. Shout out to Jay from Storybox. We're going to pull Jay in today and put him on the hot seat. Jay's got some knowledge he needs to drop on us. Hold on. Let's back this up. Jay got some knowledge to drop on us. Let's go. Jay, what you got to say?
You remember the other day I made a video about Candace Owens receiving the full-on lawsuit from Brian Harpole because she spent the last 7 freaking months attacking Erica Kirk and trying to dehumanize her, and it's quite demonstrable if you ask me. And then the lawsuit, like I read out a couple of text messages that were in the lawsuit, Candace trying to get information out of Brian Harpole because apparently she heard that Brian Harpole was going to be creating a lawsuit, and turns out that Candace is she's quite significantly panicking, okay, yes, because Brian has used those text messages that Candace sent to him, and there's multiple, as part of the lawsuit. Because Candace is like, well, why didn't you respond? It would have been so much easier for you to just have answered and given me your whereabouts, but we know that's not what she was after at all. She, and as the lawsuit quite explicitly explains, the reason why Brian didn't respond is because Candace would have used it for her advantage, and she has done that many times over. I think Brian.
Let me show you real quick. Brian Harpole is he has some great legal advice. You're like, Jason, why didn't he just do it? No. Brian Harpole has some great legal advice, and he did the right thing. And I'll show you real quick. Proverbs 26:4. Do not answer a fool according to his or her folly, or you yourself will be like him. Proverbs 24:5. Answer a fool according to his or her folly, lest they become wise in their own eyes. You're like, Jason, well, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Brian Harpole knew that Candace Owens was going to misuse whatever he said to her, so he did not answer her. He just let her keep panicking. And we're going to read in a second. I think it's very clear to say that she was panicking because she sent him 3 text messages, and it was clear that she knew that he was about to sue. She heard about it. It was heard through the grapevine, and she wanted to get ahead of that thing. That's why she kept texting him. But because of her pride and her hubris, she just kept texting. Her entitlement would not let her just stop and say, let me leave Brian Harpole alone. And let me give you another example down here. Proverbs 23:9. Do not speak to a fool. That's what Brian said. Do not speak to a fool, or he will despise the wisdom of your words. Is that not what has happened to almost everybody who's reached out to Candace? Every person that's reached out to Candace has had this passage turn around and bite him on the backside. Do not speak to a fool, or he or she will despise the wisdom of your words. Is that not exactly what has happened? Absolutely it is. Let's bring Jay back up in here. Jay, let's go.
Brian is a little bit smarter than Candace Owens gives him credit for. I think she's just freaking the heck out again because the lawsuit is quite big. And I think if you were to read the whole thing, she's cooked. Like she's caused harm and damage to Brian Harpole's reputation. According to Candace, that was done when he wasn't able to protect Charlie Kirk, which is not true at all, if you ask me. It's because of Candace's complete and utter dehumanization for the last 7 freaking months that every single person that she's gone after, she's actually harmed in some way, shape, or form with her words. Her words are incredibly powerful. And I've said this many times over. You have to be very mindful and very careful with what you say, because you can influence people in a good way or a bad way. And most of the time, Candace is doing it in a bad way. If you saw the last video that I made talking about the sadistic tendencies of a narcissistic psychopath, it is quite evident that's exactly what she's doing. And I'll show you this video because it's quite, it's actually pretty funny to me, watching someone that has spent 7 months, almost 8 months now, attacking a grieving widow, finally getting a defamation lawsuit, the first of many. I guarantee you there will be many more to come. And then having a full-on panic attack and meltdown, trying to give her audience members, her cult members, like the truth, which is not actually that. Anyway, have a watch of this.
Or 2 days before, I interviewed Mitch Snow through to January, trying to get him to just say yes or no. And he actually remarkably embeds these many messages to him in the lawsuit.
Answer
and
fool.
That's going to be point 54 to 55. He just embeds these into the lawsuit. Hi, Brian, this is Candace Owens. A lot of people are telling me that you're planting seeds regarding a lawsuit. I wanted to see if you wanted to have an off-record discussion with me about anything, or if you'd like to simply clarify something that you think that I got wrong. You can see I followed up on December 19th. Hi, Brian, just again, reaching out in case you want to clarify your whereabouts on the morning of September 9th. I'm only interested in the truth. So I would be happy to debunk Mitch if he perhaps is misremembering the faces that he saw. No response. I think they also put a third message in there. I don't know if you can scroll and see that, or if that's not attached yet. But like I said, multiple messages that I sent him, he just didn't answer. So
he left you on red.
Why? Why didn't Brian Harpole simply respond? Why didn't you send?
Because you do not answer a fool according to their knowledge, or they will despise your wisdom. That's why. Brian Harpole has seen too many people. He's too smart. And he did not, he knew that you would run in the wrong direction or run with his information in another direction. He knew that. I guess a better question is, why didn't you realize that he was leaving you on red?
The cease and desist a long time ago. Why did you ask me for a retraction?
People have gotten cease and desist. People have sent you cease and desist, and you haven't stopped. You haven't ceased, nor have you desisted. What? No, a lawsuit is right. That was the right thing. Maybe there don't need to be any more cease and desist.
Another one. Hey, Brian, reaching out again to see if you'd be willing to speak about the morning of the 9th. I'm obviously not trying to do anything other than debunk Mitch, so I can pivot and refocus the investigation, but I oddly cannot get you to confirm or deny if you were there. He's acknowledging he received these messages and he chose not to respond. Again, why? Oh.
How dare he not respond to Candace? How dare he not respond to me? Candace is upset about this thing. Let's go.
Lucky for us, he's going to explain it in the lawsuit. And this is the wildest point of all. It's actually insane. It's an insane reason. In my view, it's insane to assert that this is the reason that you did not respond to my 3 messages to you, 1 message to Dan Flood. This is his point number 50. Ready? Sorry, point number 59, I think it is. Here we go. Owens soon texted Harpole a 3rd time, asking again if he would like to speak about the events that transpired on the morning of September 9th. Owens concluded her text message by stating that she found it odd that she could not get Harpole to confirm or deny his location on the morning of September 9th. Owens already knew why Harpole didn't respond. Her repeated texts to Harpole to get him to respond to the defamatory conspiracy theories that she had been promoting present a cynical attempt to profit from a situation that she had manufactured. By spreading defamatory lies about Harpole and then cajoling him to give her the exclusive content of a response, she stood to profit from increased attention and viewership to her platform at Harpole's expense.
That has happened, though, Candace. That's the thing. That has happened. The fact that you try to feign like, oh, how dare you, clutching your pearls. But man, that's exactly what, and we know that because that's what you're doing right now. You're literally doing it right now. If Brian Harpole had said anything to you, you would have did it then.
So he didn't reply with a yes or no because he didn't want to give me an exclusive yes or no because then I would have made money on my platform.
So you're
According to Candace, she was just trying to debunk Mitch, keeping in mind she still had Mitch on and still had Mitch talk and spread his lies, right? That was proven. So now she's trying to ask Brian, hey, Brian, just again reaching out in case you want to clarify your whereabouts. Like, why would he even respond to that? Like, if you look at her history and how she's used things to her advantage and twisting things, why would Brian do her the courtesy of even responding? I think it's just utterly ridiculous. Like, why waste your time? And as the lawsuit clearly laid out, she was just going to use it to make money. And this is like the perfect response. Silence. Don't give the narcissist what they want. Because the narcissist, as we know, wants to make everything about themselves, putting them at center stage. And for the last 7 freaking months, as you guys are more than likely already aware, that's exactly what she's been doing, trying to make everything about her and her alone. There's a lot of evidence of that. And then saying that Erica has put a target on her back, another example of making it about me. And then now she's having a full-on meltdown, panic attack, freaking out, because this is going to more than likely be another reason why it bankrupts her. And I've said, as you guys have seen and more than likely heard me say many, many times over, the only way to really fix something like this is to make sure that they feel it in their wallet, because they've been making a lot of money off of the back of someone else and harming someone else.
And shout out to Jay from Storybox. I'm going to leave the link to this video down in the chat. I want you to check them out for sure. Before we leave, I just want to bring up one more thing. There's another reason why Brian Harpole did the right thing. Whether or not he meant it or not, I think his leader, whoever gave him legal advice, made the right decision. Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Do not give dogs what is holy. Do not throw your pearls before swine. If you do, they may trample them under their feet, and guess what happens? And then turn and tear you to pieces. Is that not what Candace has been doing? Tearing people to pieces, well-meaning people who maybe have been trying to help her, give her advice, give her counsel, give her tidbits to help her quote-unquote investigation, and she turns around and tears them to pieces. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Give me all your 2 cents. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm looking forward to seeing you again real soon. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.